Hey YouTube, this is Judalon. I wanted to do a quick video on water wisteria. The water wisteria in my tank, I have several of them, but the one I'm referring to is the one that is in between the filter on the right and the piece of driftwood in the middle of the tank. The Latin name for this plant is hygrophila difformis, and the difformis part implies that this plant is the leaves are going to take on different forms depending on if it's grown immersed, which means above water, submerged, lighting, water temperature, and fertilization. When you buy this plant in a tube at Petco or PetSmart, it looks completely different than it does now. The leaves are darker green, they have little hairs on them, and they're round. Once you submerge this plant, the leaves are going to get lighter, they'll get thinner, and they'll branch off so that it takes on a fern-like appearance. This plant is really easy to grow. It can grow in low light, it can do with minimum fertilization, but it does prefer iron, it does prefer moderate lighting, and it likes temperatures between 75 and 80 degrees. And depending on how warm your tank is and how intense your lighting and whether you're using iron or not, affects how branched off the leaves are going to look. This plant is also easy to propagate. You can do it one of two ways. One way is to cut off the top and then plant it into the substrate where it will root itself and grow. Or you can wait until the plant develops side shoots and then cut those off and plant those into the substrate. The water wisteria in my tank actually has some side shoots, and I will show you what that looks like. I hope you can see this. This is the main plant here, and this is the side shoot. I could easily detach this and plant it, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. And I believe this is the one that my friend gave me. And hopefully you can see this, but you see the bottom leaves? How they have no forks in them? Hopefully. Then we have this leaf, which has forks in it. And then this leaf, which has even more. I hope you can see that. Well, anyway, he had been growing his wisteria floating in the tank, which is another option. And when you do float in the tank, the leaves are going to take on that shape. And also on the stems, it's going to shoot off a lot of roots. And speaking of roots, this is what the roots look like. They're really delicate and they make a huge amount of roots. I actually trimmed this before I put it in my 20 long. So that's my video on water wisteria. Next week I will be doing a different plant that is in my tank. Hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.